Welcome back to another video. So I was listening to Zen Wounds, and I just wanted to chime in and share my perspective, whether people see it or not. So basically I just chimed in to see what she was saying. She was talking about Caucasian people can ascend because the people that we listen to, a lot of them say that so-called white people cannot ascend. You see what I'm saying? And I just was chiming in just to see what she was talking about. It's not that I hate any other race that doesn't look like me physically. It just was a question that I asked, and I don't see how, and I don't see why people get offended when people like myself ask a legitimate question. And then it was somebody in the comments, if you can see, they said that it was a legitimate question, and I got timed out for asking a legitimate question. I did, ask questions back to back or whatnot, but it's still because nobody can never answer my question when it's a simple question. It's like when I ask these certain questions, they want to throw up their Captain America shield and deflect the question. When somebody asks a question, if you have the answer, you should be able to answer it. Why are you deflecting the answer? You see what I'm saying? Why are you deflecting the question? All I asked was, where do pale or so-called white people's physical bodies come from? That's all I ask, because nobody knows, and that's the problem. Nobody knows, and nobody's trying to figure out where. And of course we have bigger fish to fry. We shouldn't be worried about where they come from, but at the same time, considering that we live in a system that's ran by so-called pale bodies, it should matter. You see what I'm saying? Even pale bodies are being enslaved by pale bodies. So what are y'all talking about? How is it a problem me asking such a question? I don't get it. So yeah, like I said, do y'all have an answer? Is it that much of a problem for y'all to answer the question? Where do pale bodies come from? Hell, I also wonder where our bodies come from, our physical bodies. But most people will tell you it comes from nature, because our skin tone, which I also understand that it's not about skin tone, people, but our skin tones do match the lands that we inhabit, right or wrong. So that's all I was asking. Where do pale bodies come from? Because clearly, if our physical traits match the physical traits of nature, clearly it would tell you that we are from this planet. So I asked where the pale bodies come from. Like, what? Like, I don't... Y'all, this is why we so divided, because y'all can't answer a question straightforward when it's dealing with truth. I understand that we're just breath inside of flesh, wrapped inside of flesh like a mummy. I understand that, but still, we have to figure out where do they come from? Like, you can't just have so-called pale people come up into this planet and just start running things, and then not only that, they're running things right, but they ain't even running it right. These so-called pale bodies, with the malevolent intentions, they're enslaving everybody now. You see what I'm saying? The pale bodies are even enslaving they children, and the children not even trying to stand up. You see what I'm saying? Because if they were, we would have came together by now. If I'm creating division about race and stuff like that, well, let's end it. Pale bodies, let's come together with the black bodies and let's take back over the planet then. If I'm creating division, let's end it. So what's the plan? You see what I'm saying? If y'all don't have no plan, then stop saying that people like myself are creating division. Because I'm not creating division. I don't care what race you are. I'm against the enemies that are against us. I'm against the enemy that is against nature, against life, that's anti-life. You see what I'm saying? That's who's my enemy is. So yeah, that's all I was saying. All I was saying that I asked a legitimate question: where do their bodies come from? And Sika, she was talking about there's many stories, and she said she don't know. She also said that they come from her, aka the black woman, you know. But a lot of other people say no, they're their own species. And if that is true, if they are their own species, where do their species come from? You see what I'm saying? Where does it stem from? Because nature starts from the stem or the seed. So if we have a seed or we have a stem, they have one too. So all I was asking is, where does theirs come from? Simple as that. But most people gonna say, the laboratory, Yakub, they were grafted and stuff like that. I understand that. But other than that, nobody really knows. And that's the only point that I was making. Where do they come from? If y'all are being offended by it, then that's a problem. I feel like that's a problem if you're offended by it. If the bodies don't matter, why are you offended by it? If okay, let's say that I'm addressing a individual so-called white person. If I'm asking them that, if they are offended, and if the bodies don't mean anything and it's more about the breath, why are you offended about me asking the question? You see what I'm saying? I'm just a breath. I'm just breath in this brown flesh. I'm just breath in this brown flesh right now, asking a legitimate question. That's the only point that I was making. So if y'all get it, I appreciate you for getting it, because some people don't get it and they take offense to it, and I don't like that. It shouldn't be that way, Just a simple question. If we all on a quest for truth, then if you know the truth, then you should be able to answer it. Cause I don't know. I was just trying to figure out, and I ended up getting timed out just because I was asking a question, and that's what I be hating. Cause nobody can answer my question. I be in the comments, just, trying to learn from these different people, different perspectives and stuff like that. Then I ask a question and I see nobody never has an answer, even if the question is legitimate. And I'm like, wow, I see why I stand out. I must be one of those ones, because I can never get an answer. And I just, that's all I got. That's all I got. So I just wanted to talk about that. So if y'all have an answer, please feel free to let me know, and I'll respond in a timely manner. So with that being said, Either God signing out. Peace.